within 24 hours, I'll blow your planet away!
The battle has just begun!
Hey everybody, welcome to another pretty cool episode of the RobotnikIsSexy show. This is going to be a really fun Wi-Fi battle I had at a friend's house. It was like 1:30 in the morning. I was sleeping, or trying to sleep, on a sofa that was a fraction of my own body size. So it was pretty good stuff, but you know, just kind of messing around in the twilight of night, you could say, and you run into passerbys with actual competent teams. I'm going to fight Rocky. This guy's Rocky. He's got a team. He actually has team. This is a very competent looking team. He's holding items, so great job, Rocky. You're doing great. Now, you may notice this is a revival of the toxic team, the poison spamming team. I have finally come up with a name for this team. It is the Toxic Trap team, and you are going to see why shortly. As this team is nasty. This team is nasty. It's just, I mean, when you have Salazzle, okay, when you have Salazzle and then you have a team built around protecting Salazzle, nothing can switch in to Toxic. Like it really is that simple. It's just that simple. Yeah, this is the team with the Salazzle sub-disable set with overheat and all that goodness. I am using Choice Scarf Landorus T, and of course I'm gonna lead with Landorus T. I don't want to admit that I have to use this guy, but I do have to use this guy, especially when you know, you got that big old Toxapex looking real good to be partners with. So I'm gonna scare him off and go U-turn right here. I'm gonna go to Salazzle as he has leftovers. So yeah, he's not like a rock polish Z moveset, so that's good. He's gonna go protect here, which is just fine by me. As I get up a free substitute, absolutely fine. So I'm sitting pretty behind a substitute. He's gonna switch out. I'm gonna go Toxic. Muck normally would be able to switch into a Toxic, but this is the Corrosion ability, people. This is why sub-disable Corrosion Toxic is a set that is to be feared. No, like, this entire team is just chock full of really unique Pokemon. Like, Golisopod and Delmise are just really weird Pokemon that don't really fit anywhere else. And, like, Salazzle fits perfectly in that trio of oddball Pokemon with really unique stats and abilities, and it's just really fun to showcase these guys. I'm gonna disable knockoff because I don't want anything to take a knockoff. I'm gonna take advantage of that by switching into Toxapex in a turn here. He's pretty much forced to go for Shadow Sneak. I'm not really sure he is carrying Shadow Sneak, so I do stay in, as it doesn't really do that much damage. He does have +1 attack because he used Curse. I'm going to go for Toxic here. I'm just trying to make the best plays possible. I could have dropped an Overheat on this guy a couple turns ago, but I never really did. But honestly, it doesn't matter too much what I do as long as I get some Toxic damage racking up each turn. And racking up damage, yeah, you're going to heal a lot with that berry. With that figgy berry, that figgy pudding, that's great. But Rocky Helmet plus Toxic damage, you're back where you were before, so that's great. I'm gonna make kind of a misplay here. I should have definitely used Toxic Spikes while Muck was out, but I guess I didn't really see the point since he could just switch back into Muck. But you know, whatever. So I'm actually gonna really masterfully bait the Leech Seed, as yes, Delmise absorbs the Leech Seed, and then I bait the Flamethrower as I get the free switch into Salazzle at the same time. So I am just really, forgive the pun, on fire with Salazzle. Salazzle's just really fun to use. Like, what can I say? So I'm actually, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. I'm gonna really do another amazing play with Salazzle right the fuck now. I'm gonna disable, he's gonna protect. I know he's gonna switch because if he switches Disable Fails, he's gonna try to make use of that, and I predicted correctly. Go for Toxic, and that is another Pokemon poisoned. And now, basically, Salazzle has swept half his team. Like, half his team isn't in the ground, they haven't necessarily fainted, but Toxic is a kiss of death, my friends. And if you have no Cleric, you are done for. So that, just, Salazzle pretty much, kind of puts his team on his back. What can I say? It's great. Salazzle has been doing a great job, so... need something to switch into special attacks? Assault Vest, Max Special Defense, Sassy, Delmise? Yeah, that works. I'm gonna go for Anchor Shot here, just to force him to stay in, so I can get a free turn to use Stealth Rocks. Honestly, that was the only reason for that, but that's a very good reason. That's a very strategic reason. An Anchor Shot is, I mean, it's just a great move, especially with a metagame where stab steel moves are actually really effective because there's so many goddamn fairies running around. But yeah, I get up Stealth Rocks just as I wanted. As Muck appears again. Now this is arguably a misplay. I honestly, no, that really is a misplay. I should have. I knew the knockoff was coming. I didn't think I would need Life Orb on Gliscopod. But we're going to find out in a few turns that, yeah, Gliscopod is a Pokemon near and dear to my heart, but yeah, it really needs a Life Orb for maximum damage output. I should have switched in Toxapex and sacrificed my Rocky Helmet, and it would have added damage to him too. He might have been, like, he probably would have been in low red or maybe even died. But so I'm kind of scouting things with said Toxapex there. He goes Discharge. I don't really want to take that. We're going to go into Landorus T. I'm going to make a really well, this play would have worked out if I have Life Orb on Gliscopod, as we're gonna see here, but it's gonna blow up in my face. I'm just gonna stay in. You know how I feel about Landorus T. Fuck Landorus T. I'm gonna definitely fodder it early because I believe in Gliscopod to get this kill. I believe that Gliscopod can definitely get the kill, but in my mind's eye, I'm always thinking of Life Orb Gliscopod because I use it so much, and it lives on a tiniest little smidgen, NBZ smidgen, and just recovers and then uses Trick Room. Now, this kind of works out for me too in the long run anyway, because this stupid little duck guy, you can't beat the Trick Room Master. You can't. You just can't. I am the Trick Room Master. I have a Toxapex. What is it, 22 speed? It's like 22 base speed. It's something ridiculously dismal. So, using his own Trick Room, I am able to infest him, which traps him in, by the way, which is literally the Toxic Trap team right there, in a nutshell. So infestation, and the Trick Room is still up. I am able to avoid the full para and actually land a Toxic. Oh! One of the other best things about the Toxic Spam, or just Toxic Spam in general, is because I have poison types using it, Toxic never misses. This is a mechanic that was introduced in X and Y, and I feel like a lot of trainers have either forgotten about it or taken it for granted. So I think running Toxic and Toxic Spikes on Toxapex is actually valid because you have that 100% accurate Toxic. So I am just going to Anchor Shot Porygon 2 again, just so it can be forced to stay in one more turn. Yeah, I've really been just trapping this Porygon 2 really effectively. I mean, between Infestation and Anchor Shot, the duck is dead. That is what you might call a sitting duck, really. So yeah, my hazards are all up. I know Necrozma he's a pretty bulky guy, so I know he could probably take a hit, and I can whittle him down with a Psyshock, and I do so effectively as yeah, he's going to live on 1 HP too, which is a real pain in the ass. Looking at his remaining team and how his remaining team kind of clobbers Toxapex, I'm going to make the decision to fodder Toxapex, which I think is a very sound decision. because I can fodder and get a kill at the same time, which is why another reason why Toxic is just so good. It's amazing. So I'm gonna promote Selesel here as Muck comes out. I think he forgot about my spike that he used earlier, and Muck is just gonna go down. And that is just really, really great. Now, Garchomp is going to come in here. Garchomp is a very, 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 very threatening Pokemon, as you know, and I want to keep this Pokemon for later for sure. So we're going to go back into Necrozma, actually fodder it. I need to say I kind of misplayed Necrozma as well, as had I gone for a Moonlight earlier at some point, I probably would have really comfortably one-on-one or 1v1'd this Garchomp. But as it is, we're going to use Necrozma as fodder, but in the grand scheme, it shouldn't matter too much, as I do have First Impression and Aqua Jet to kind of clean up, and because I have Life Orb, I will... Well, I don't have Life Orb. Because I don't have Life Orb, it survives. And it's another smidgen, but thankfully, because I have Aqua Jet, and because he used Sword Dance on me, we're good to go. But honestly, if he kind of was forced to use Sword Dance, if you think about it, because if he just uses Raw plus 0 Dragon Claw, that just activates Weakness Policy, and then I switch out, and then I can First Impression again. But then again, kind of a misplay in my opponent in general. He should have switched into his Lele sooner, knowing that Golisopod has so many priority moves. So speaking of Lele, we're going to actually take it down with Assault Vest Delmize. Even at half health, I'm able to survive the Psychic. It needs to be said, I probably lucked out, and it was probably a choice Scarf set that was not Specs. I'm pretty sure Specs would have definitely knocked me out. So I actually pretty much luck out, as had he been Specs Lele, I think I would have just lost. But anyway, we take out Lele. His only Pokemon remaining was Celesteela, so he is actually going to forfeit, and that's a really nice, clean match. I hope you really enjoyed this. I know I did. It's been a blast. See you later, YouTube. Comment, like, subscribe. Peace! Yeah, do it.